What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor esports review, and this time we are going to be starting off with that second quarterfinal of the APL 2020, Mad going up against Team Flash. Now, this is a huge rivalry. They were going up, I think, against each other for the past two World Championships. And I think Team Flash was always getting ahead of that trade there. I think Team Flash always was winning that in the end, historically. But of course, Mad Team has a pretty different roster here. They have Fanta in the mid lane instead of Star now. They have 0322, of course, in that marksman position, and another support as well. So we will see how this will end up going. We have an Elandor ban coming in by Mad and a Florentino ban. These are the first two bans that they decided for. Meanwhile, on the side of Team Flash, we have an Omen and a Zip ban. Zip is, of course, very understandable, but Omen instead of that D-Rock, that is really weird. They seem to be just valuing this use on Omen really high, so definitely a respect ban coming in by Team Flash here. And yeah, they pick up an easy D-Rock first pick. Capheny was banned a lot of times in that previous series, in that first quarterfinals that we watched, but this time not banned and picked up as a second pick here. Seems like though Capheny valued higher than that Laville, which is really interesting, but I think it is due to I think Capheny's laser can go through D-Rock's wall. I'm not 100% sure, but it doesn't seem like it's a projectile, it's like a laser, you know, it just I don't know how to explain it, but it seems like it can go through D-Rock. We will see about it. Maloch being picked up as well there, of course, really strong. Now Mad is going to be picking up that Laville potentially because they don't want Team Flash to ban it out in that second rotation of bans. They would definitely do that, and they pair it up with an Ormarr. Now you might be asking, why are they picking up an Ormarr here? But this is due to the fact that D-Rock and Laville are both S-tier OP heroes, and they don't want to get too many of those in that first game. So they decide to go for an Ormarr, which isn't the best support, but it really fits their comp pretty well here. They have a lot of... he can protect the Laville really well. He can set up those ultimates on Laville with his huge CC combo. And yeah, Kil'Groth being hovered here. Of course, another pick that is very prominent on Yuzon's champion pool. Also, we have Yuzon plays Lubu, Kil'Groth counters him, and yeah, all of that good stuff. Florentino is banned, so I think Kil'Groth is a pretty decent pick here. We have a Kriknak ban coming through. Mad, of course, not having picked their jungler yet. Same for Team Flash, unless they decide to go for a Capheny jungle. But yeah, Kriknak being banned, I can see probably another jungler will be banned here by Team Flash. Meanwhile, Alice being banned. Of course, Zip, Alice, Kha'Zix, these are the top supports, so I think we will see a Kha'Zix ban as well. Ormarr already picked up on the side of Mad. We see a second jungler being banned, and it's both of those 80 not marksmen, 80 assassins, right? That just have so much mobility and can single out this this Capheny really easily, right? So these two being banned, and we will probably see a Kha'Zix ban here. We shall see what will be banned here by Mad. It is a Kira. It is a Kira. Very interesting. They decide to ban the Kira because they are, of course, Team Flash is looking for, they want to put the Maloch in the mid lane. Maloch is a really good mid lane pick, man. You don't want to waste it on a side lane. Mid lane is just so clean on Maloch right now. And yeah, they are banning away the one of the AP junglers. So we might see a Pain coming out. If they don't pick Pain, if Team Flash doesn't pick Pain here, we might see Mad picking Pain for Neil there, okay? Definitely very interesting here. Now, what does Team Flash need? They, of course, need a jungler. I can see a Pain being picked here. I can honestly see a Pain being picked. But Pain is also not too good against Laville. He is not too good against D-Rock. D-Rock just CCs him. And he is not too good against Ormarr either. Sephara support being picked up first of all. And that is definitely a very interesting pick, but we know that Pro, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'll just say Pro-E, that sounds cute. And Sephara, he is very, he was always the one Sephara support player, you know? Whenever everyone stopped playing Sephara support, he was still picking it up, even after all the nerfs. So yeah, definitely cool to see. And Zeph is the third of those assassins in the jungle that can just easily kill this Capheny, is being picked up here. And the Lubu, as I said, Yuzon's champion pool is very, very limited. He just loves to be on that Lubu, he loves to be on that Kil'Groth, on that Omen, and that is pretty much it. He's really good on Florentino, I heard, but it is oftentimes banned. And yeah, we don't really see him on Richter. I'm sure he can play it, but we don't really see it. Actually, the jungler being changed here. They go for the double marksman comp. And now this is, of course, going to be really good against that Kil'Groth. Kil'Groth is just going to burn down completely here. Because I suspect Kil'Groth will win this lane against Omen. That's just how it is. Early game Omen wins, but then at some point Kil'Groth has too much lifesteal and stuff, and it's very easy for him to outtrade. And we have that last pick coming in. It's gonna be a jungler, and now I can see Pain being picked up, or even Zill, because they are very good against Lindis. They are really, really good against Lindis. And something very interesting, seems like in pro play, they value Zill more than Pain so far. Like, Zill is being picked up before Pain very often in these games, and I think they want to save the Pain for that mid lane, because I really think mid lane Pain is probably better than jungle Pain, honestly. After seeing so many Pains, man, mid lane is just so clean. You have that clean level 2 power spike. It is one of the strongest heroes, level 2. And in the jungle, it's just wasted because you're just clearing your jungle, you know? You're not gonna gank at level 2 most of the time, like 99% of the time. So yeah, rosters being finalized here. We will see how this goes. The KFC Ormarr is on the fray. And this is a very interesting... What is that Sephara skin? I think we don't have that yet, right? Is the Feast of Roses? It's probably the Feast of Roses. We don't have that on EU yet. Anyway, I'm skipping here to see the game, and we are loading in here. We have plenty of endless cycles. We have XB with that Purify on his Maloch and Devil's Awakening. So that is really cool to see. Pro-E already getting poked hard here. Is this Feast of Roses Sephara? That is so cute if it is. Oh my goodness, what is that skin, boys? Is that the Interstellar? I don't even know, man. EU doesn't have half the skins. But let's keep focusing on the matter at hand. And yeah, this, of course, Sephara Maloch, that is the OG combo. Maloch mid lane was first picked back in the days when Sephara became a strong support, and you had that Sephara for magic damage. Of course, now her magic damage was nerfed a lot. She still has a lot of utility. But, ooh, yeah, it's that Interstellar skin. That's really cool, the Zodiac skin. Okay, we don't have that yet, man. I don't know what to say, man. But yeah, very cool skin. But the player already drops down, probably getting caught there. This is exactly what I said. Ormarr, while not the best support, it really fits well with that Laville. I'm gonna be honest, it's a really nice pick there, because you have so much CC coming in. Like, Lumber fits with everything, okay? Ormarr fits well with Capheny and with Laville. I wouldn't say Ormarr fits too well with something like a Violet. You want something with more bursts, you know? Ormarr wants those prolonged fights, you know? Those prolonged trades, and Capheny and Laville both want those, because they have the same DPS for, you know, for the whole duration. While Violet rolls in, bursts, and then gets out, okay? Joker the same, okay? And yeah, we have FLADC jumping in deep, ults, gets the ult onto that mad jungler here, Neil, on that Lindis, and completely burns her down. And I think this is a kill going over to that Zill. Zill is going straight away for that Abyssal Dragon. Lindis didn't want to use her Endless Cycle because she knew her team is also a little bit poked out. The enemy's health bars are just healthier. So that will be a free dragon anyway. So he knows his blue won't be invaded because they will go for dragon. He can't get the dragon anyway. He can't defend it. So Very well played. Saving his endless cycle. It is so important to have good endless cycle management. Like, we keep trashing onto that enchantment. Look at this. This 2v2 cannot win. This 2v2, Laville and Ormarr is just too strong for the Sephara and Capheny. Capheny is such a strong early game hero, but ooh, Yuzon has to flicker away. Is afraid of that Zil ult coming into him. Very well played there. Very early flicker. But it is worth not risking losing that death there. And yeah, it is just mad. 0322 is playing out of his mind right now. Just playing so incredibly well on this Laville, just taking apart that bottom lane wave. Of course, Cuckoo playing well with his Ormarr as well, setting all these kills up. And yeah, this is just going to be such a huge Laville. Team Flash a little bit ahead in gold because of that dragon, of course. But other than that, the game is very even. We just have that huge... we don't even have such a huge goal lead onto that Laville. That's very interesting. Laville not even that ahead of Capheny, despite those 2 kills. So, yeah, we'll see how those team fights turn out. For team fights, right now for the early game, I think Maloch is really strong. Yeah, probably Team Flash wins those early game team fights. Maloch is really clean. Zil does a ton of damage. Capheny is really good for those early game team fights with the ult. Yeah, so I think if they keep fighting around Dragon, Team Flash is actually a little bit stronger here. But that Ormarr cannot be undervalued because he is one of the strongest early game supports, actually, believe it or not. Definitely much stronger than this Sephara right now. Because she's all about that poke, and if they can't poke and they're not really getting a good poke onto the enemies, then it's just really, really difficult to play. Team Flash is getting poked out a little bit, but again, Mad knows this Maloch ult threat, this Capheny ult threat, ADC is already pretty fed on his Zil. It is just too hard to go for that dragon there, because they would probably lose that fight. They want to scale a little bit longer. They want that Laville to get some items, that Lindis to get some items, and especially that D-Rock to get some items as well. And again, Pro just gets caught here, uses his ult to escape. Ormarr ult used as well, at least. And yeah, it seems like Flash instantly decides to go for that dragon, because of course, Laville ult used, Ormarr ult used. This is a very hard to win team fight for Mad, and they know they don't even go for it. Ooh, look at this knockback by D-Rock, but it is not able to stop this Zil. This is what I'm talking about. D-Rock doesn't deal too much early game damage, so you can still fight him pretty comfortably. Beautiful Arctic Orb coming in by Capheny there, able to sustain a little bit longer. And now this seems like a pretty good fight still for Flash. Zil will have his ult soon. He's not able to get it. He just got CC'd by that CC train of Ormarr, and yeah, just very unfortunate, man. That was such a close team fight. Super well played by both teams. And yeah, you saw it there. Zil had his ult back up again, and he was about to use that. If he got that off, he would have just killed everyone there, but he wasn't able to, and everyone just goes back to farming now. You can see that team fight again. Look at this Zil when he drops low here. Everyone dropping super low, but Zil would be able to sustain this very soon. He has his ult. Look, he has his ult right now as he jumps in, but he got perma CC. That is so unfortunate for him, man. Like, I knew he would have his ult soon. And yeah, we can see the Maloch already has his Aegis completed. That's a nice little power spike coming in from him. He's gonna go for that Gaia standard most likely next. I'm pretty sure he has that increased healing enchantment, which also increases his shield as well. So the Gaias is just such a good combo. That is probably the best Maloch build right now. Aegis into Gaias with increased healing, into that Fenris, and at that point you are just really juicy. With the Devil's Awakening, you have 40% cooldown reduction with just the Aegis. It is just such a good build. Let me see that attack damage, movement speed, critical chance, max HP. That's a weird enchantment setup by Yuzon here. Arcana setup. But it makes sense. But it's weird. You never see crit chance in purple, usually. But he goes for it. That's really interesting to see. And yeah. I usually just like to go full AD on this Lubu with the enchantments. But yeah, we have, of course, as I said, Zill will continue to be a huge threat here. ADC, one of the best Zills in the game. Right as I'm saying that, Ellie just completed his Devil's Handshake on that Capheny, which is gonna add a ton of damage to her. XB gets ulted by Laville. Look at this CC train again by that Ormarr, and man, by Ormarr and D-Rock is such a nasty combo I'm seeing right now. That is also why they picked up this Ormarr. It is so much CC coming in. I'm really liking Neil's team comp here. They didn't pick the most broken heroes. They only got 2 broken heroes. Meanwhile, Team Flash also got 2 broken heroes with Maloch and Capheny. But this Mad roster just seems stronger right now just because of this CC train. I definitely undervalued that, and the longer the game goes, the stronger CC gets. So definitely looking pretty good so far this game for Mad, despite their 2k gold disadvantage. Kuku gets caught, but he is just sustaining a lot with his Ormarr. Probably has increased healing as well there in his enchantments. His ult just heals so much now. Mad 0322 just completed his Slick Sting on that Laville, which he probably is sitting at Clavis Sancti and the Slick Sting, which is of course the first major power spike. The attack speed crit item and the crit, the Clavis Sancti, is always the first power spike, the huge power spike for those marksmen that go for crit builds. Zill going in very deep, instantly jumping out. And XB is super deep again with that Maloch ult, but that was such a good ult. And now Pro E is trying to finish off some kills. Not able to. I don't think that Ormarr will die. Does not end up dying. But they were fighting 4v5, guys, and still winning that fight. Just insane ults coming in from Team Flash. Just beautiful Maloch ult, hitting I think 4 people there. And yeah. Meanwhile, Kil'Groth was able to get, I believe, 1 or 2 towers. I think 1 tower, that tier 2 tower just dropping to him. Huge split push coming in. He is raking up a lot of gold there as well. Look at his items, Aegis and Fafnir's. It is of course that pro build that I showcased a couple of weeks ago, that everyone is using on Kil'Groth now, and it is just so incredibly strong. And yeah, we'll see if this they will be able to get this Slayer. Of course, that will be the next point of interest for Team Flash here. They're already preparing that top lane wave by pushing it out, pushing out this one as well. And they might just start off this Slayer right away. They have all their ultimates ready. They have Purify on Maloch. By the way, this is why Maloch went Purify. You can see how much CC the enemies have, man. That is a very nice choice by XB. He has so much game sense, guys. I'm telling you. The way he plays, you just know he could write like 9 books with 50,000 pages about the Arena of Valor. That's how much knowledge this guy possesses. And yeah, you can see it, man. Purify. I was like, weird, kind of weird, you know, only for the Laville ult, really. But then you see all that CC coming out from D-Rock and Ormarr, and it is just very, very worthwhile for him. And yeah, we have all those towers dropping. Team Flash is rolling over Mad right here. I really didn't expect this, honestly. But Team Flash is definitely picking up their gameplay here since those group stages. They played kind of janky in the group stages, especially their early games weren't too clean. Huge Maloch ult again by XP, and that is just a complete wipe. These Maloch ults, man, they are just carrying this game, I'm telling you right now. Oh my god. Yuzon tries to flicker onto Capheny, but she is literally just able to, right as he flickers onto her, she's able to heal back to full with her laser, which is of course a very balanced hero, guys. We love Capheny, boys. We love Capheny. We gotta say though, Capheny already being picked by Flash here might force Capheny bans on their side every single time now for the remaining series. We will see, of course, global pick ban. If you guys don't know, you pick one hero in the first game. For the rest of that best of 7, you're not allowed to pick that hero anymore. Even if the enemies don't ban it, you know, that's how this rule is. So we see a lot of very weird team comps coming out. And yeah, you can see even Matt tried to engage that fight, but it is just so, they just line up for that Sephara stun into the Maloch ult. And at that point, you know, you're being burnt down by that Capheny ult, which was, by the way, perfectly used because it was used while she's retreating and on long range. And then as it's finished, she instantly goes for those lasers. And yeah, they of course do way more damage than the ult late game. It is how Capheny works. I think if they would want to break Capheny completely, they should make her ult able to crit, and then we would have a lot of fun in Arena of Valor. But yeah, we have Muramasa coming out by that Laville right now, by both marksmen actually, and Capheny as well. And Lindis doesn't have it yet. She went for the... she had to go for Medallion of Troy against that Zill. Just so much pressure being applied by that Zill. And he has the Staff of Null already, so he really doesn't even care about that Medallion of Troy. I mean, he still cares, but she might get one shot anyway. And this Yuzon is so far behind, 7.5k gold compared to 9.5k onto that Kil'Groth, a full item behind. That is just absolutely crazy. He also had to go for a Medallion of Troy against that Zill. Man, this Zill forced 3 members of the enemy team to go for Medallion of Troy. How ridiculous is that? That is just insane pressure being applied by ADC there. And look at Go just going so deep, able to get away, man. Oh, so well played. Dodges the D-Rock laser as well. Man, Go is such a good Slayer laner as well. And yeah, Zill jumping in really deep, picks up a kill there, ends up dropping though. And that kill that he picked up, Headless Cycle was used, so he's already back. And now, yeah, they're getting some shutdowns here on the side of Team Flash, but they are able to pick up that Lindis there with that Capheny ult. Capheny is playing really well, man. Ellie, you already know, man. Ellie was one of the people who pioneered Capheny. Remember when she first came out, she was completely OP. She was permabanned, but then she got nerfed, and a lot of people were saying Capheny is useless now. But of course she wasn't. Of course she wasn't. And he was always playing her. He was always playing her, man. And now she got buffed recently and she's just completely broken. It's ridiculous. But as I said, we have that, just the whole enemy jungle being stolen by Team Flash there. Nothing Matt can do about that. They are 6, almost 7k gold behind here. It is not looking hot right here. Even though the kills are very even, the towers, the dragons, the slayers are not even at all. The gold is not even at all. It is just a huge stomp coming out from Team Flash here. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I'm not a fan of this Lindis. I think Zephys could have done much more. I'm gonna be honest. I think Zephys would have done much more here. It was obvious Team Flash was either gonna pick Zill or gonna pick Pain, right? They need some magic damage. They were gonna pick one of these AP mages, AP assassins in the jungle. Why are you picking a Lindis? Both of these heroes just completely destroy Lindis. That is just so confusing to me. But they have a really good coach, a good friend of mine actually as well, and he is just incredible. So he definitely had some plan there, but it just ended up failing, unfortunately for them. Maybe they had some secret rotation plans. You never know, man, because Lindis is just enables so many crazy rotations, right? But it just didn't show up. It just didn't show up. Maybe Neil was misplaying, but definitely just I feel like just the whole team was a little bit too grouped up in those fights against the Maloch and the Sephara stun. We've seen every team fight so far. One was just a huge Maloch ult. Again, look at these positionings. 4 people on a single spot, man. Like, you could spread out a little bit, because that Maloch ult will just completely destroy. Look, I'm telling you guys, that Maloch ult just completely destroys you every single time. They were even split at the end a little bit there, but not enough. And yeah, that is just a complete blowout coming in from Team Flash. Really strong statement to state here in that first game. Like, that is crazy, man. Going up against the Mad team and just clowning on them this hard with your bot lane dying so many times, 2v2 as well. Oh, boys, that is not a good sign for this first game here. And yeah, we're gonna see who got the MVP. Honestly, it's Maloch, but I think Flash team, the ADC is gonna get the MVP because of his... Actually, he died quite sometimes. Of course, we know in-game MVP gets the MVP, so... Actually, XP gets the MVP, very well deserved. Very well played by him. And yeah, we want to see those damage numbers here coming in. I want to see how much Maloch did. I think he only did 14%. Okay, never mind. But he went for the heal reduction. How funny is that? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. We are, of course, going to continue with the game too. I'm really enjoying making these. And I think you guys are enjoying watching these. And yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.